In today's video, we'll look at the next topic, which is the factors affecting the establishment of a retail outlet. Before commencing any kind of a business, a retailer should decide about the area which he would like to serve. Now, while he decides the area of operations, where would he like to basically open up the establishment of the store, he tries to examine certain factors: the entire population of the area, the income level of the people, whether they are affluent class or a middle class or low income class, how close is will be my store or the area to bigger markets. The closer it is to bigger markets, he'll ensure that he has more number of people in that area. What are the kind of transportation and communication facilities to that area? If it is well connected by road and well connected with a lot of public transportation, he knows there'll be a lot of people coming out there and increases the chances of footfall to that particular area and to that particular store which is located in that area. What are the kind of communication facilities is well connected? Because if you're part of a store, you need to be able to communicate outside. The other important, now that you have selected the area, the next factor that would go into selecting the establishment is the choice of the site. Is my site easily accessible to consumers? Which means, should I locate it at the corner point? Should I keep it in between some other stores? It should be easily accessible and it should be easily visible. Okay, I've selected an area, I've selected a particular city, but where exactly should I locate my site? Site, deciding a site also is a one of the important parameters which will determine the success of a store. Is it a very congested locality? Do we have a lot of traffic moving there? Congested locality can be a boon as well as a bane. Boon in terms of not many people coming in, so you know the percentage of conversion could be higher, but a bane could be people coming in for everything. So not necessarily they'll be coming in for what you're selling. Parking space availability. Uh, let's look at Forum Mall. Forum Mall is located far off. Let's look at the site. They decided, fine, we're going to have the area Mangalore. It has only one mall. Let us set up another mall. Where should we choose a site? Closer to city center, or should we keep it far away from city center? They chose Pandeshwar. They chose that particular site. Now, was that a good decision? They had to look at everything around that. When they look at traffic, they realize that people come towards State Bank. There are a lot of people who are moving towards Pandeshwar area. A lot of people moving around near the RTO circle, that particular area. So they decided, fine, it will have a good amount of traffic, but and it has a good amount of parking space. In fact, their parking space is free. City center will charge for your parking, but they don't charge for your parking. And city center is a little bit confusing. You can park from the top, you can get it from the bottom. So yes, they give you more options in terms of parking, but forum you can only park from the bottom because it is not like how city center is located, where the hill is on top and the city road moves from bottom. Even though they decide all of that, but this it may not have that much traffic footfall because it is quite far away. City center is in the heart of the city. It is more like on road, so people can get down and it's connected to different road locations. So as far as profitability is concerned, their site selection may not have been the best choice. But they also had to look at the space. The other thing that they had to look at is level of competition. They knew there's only one competing mega mall around. The attributes of nearby stores. Okay, they didn't have a lower store, they had a mall. Property cost or land cost. Probably the cost acquisition is definitely going to go high because I've taken the example of a shopping mall. But if I had to take an example of any lower, smaller store, it would be different. You would have to decide if it's heart of the city, I'm going to have a lot of land cost. If I'm looking at somewhere else, am I going to acquire it? How am I going to look at building my, if it's a standalone store, I'll have to look at property cost. If I'm looking at building it in a mall, then it will be rental or lease. What's the time period of agreement? I'm looking at having something which is long term. Obviously, if I'm setting up a brick and mortar store, it's going to be long term. But again, period of agreement also decides the amount I pay. What are the legal issues with that area? That is something you need to get a lawyer in place, and he needs to look at all the legalities in place. What if it is a disputed, what you say, land? You don't want to get into problems. So, choice of a site is very important. Rent of the retail store, rent or lease, if it is a smaller store, and not the example of a shopping mall that I took earlier. Based on the kind of products that I sell. Now, the kind of products that I sell will determine the how do I put it? The kind of products that I sell also will determine based on the demand of that particular area, based on the market research that I have done in that area. Am I selling something that that in that area people are not buying? Why should I set up a site there? Uh, I cannot go and sell clothes to an area where people really are not interested in clothes. Of course, if I set up a grocery, I can make profit anywhere. But let's say I'm specialty in shoes. I cannot go and sell it in an area where people may not buy branded Nike shoes. So I won't set up a Nike in uh, in a very remote what do you say town. I would rather go to the city and increase my chances of setting up a branded Nike showroom or a store. So it's also about the kind of product that you sell in an area. Jewelry also is a product which you want to have it in the city. You don't want to have it outskirts because you know in that area if you look at the kind of people, that's what we look at in terms of the demographics. So here in the image also you've been given an example establishment. You look at other parameters, very sub parameters. After you select the establishment, when you set it up, how many number of departments you have with the so this will be for a larger store like Big Bazaar, parking, sales floor area, number of checkouts you want, or even for a smaller sub store, superstore, or a departmental store. We looked at the different types of stores when we had touched upon chapter 2. Again, location, we already touched about this. Demographics could be many. We look at when we look at the kind of people we're looking at, the lifestyle, age, income, and all the other parameters, as part of demographics. Competition, the distance to competition, and definitely we want to look at the type of competition, the size of the competition that we have. If it's a bigger competition, then we know we cannot compete against it, then we would rather look at smaller competition places. I cannot look at setting up a store beside a larger store. Let me look at a better example. Let's say I'm a smaller. Let me I'm a bakery and I want to set up a bakery selling cakes. Besides, let's say a more popular ribbons and balloons. It's quite popular. People in that area are very used to ribbons and balloons. That my size of competition is higher. Should I basically go and set up my bakery there, or should I look at setting up somewhere else? Okay, the advantage is people who come to the bakery may also look at cakes. They may come here looking at an alternative, but will they really choose mine? I have to stand out. I have to build a brand for myself. Only then I know that I can beat the other kind of competition. So selecting a site is very important if you're looking some point in time if you look at stepping out and coming up with a product of your own and wanting to set up a physical store, then you need to look at the site. I'll give you an example. One of your seniors has a cake shop, okay, and he had it only in multi site. He basically set up in a different area also, and he was analyzing different areas in Bangalore. He had been looking at Surathkal, he had been looking at many other areas, and finally he set up a store in, I don't remember which is area he selected, but he did a lot of area analysis before setting up. He looked at understanding the demand potential, the market potential, all of that he did in trying to understand which site, where do I set up. So there are the other factors. We look at the next slide. We only looked at area and site. The other factors you need to look at is your scale of operation. How big is your operation? The amount of capital that you need to invest. Decoration of a shop. Now, when I spoke of this example of a cake shop, a bakery shop, yes, decoration is prime. I would rather enter a ribbons and balloons because of the way it is arranged than go into a just bake because I don't know. I don't like the just bake way they were arranged. I like ribbons and balloons. Of course, the cakes, the taste, and the cakes and the product in itself will vary apart from the site. Selection of goods. What are the kind of goods? If I am a larger store having more number of goods, what kind of goods am I going to be selling there? The source of supply. Uh, I have to also look at where am I going to get my raw materials from and how far are my suppliers. I would like to locate it. I would like to have a trade-off between locating it close to source of supply as well as having it in a place where I know I can get a lot of traffic to. So we've already looked at choice of a site. Just an example, just reiterating or revising. I put in the image here so that you can have a revision. And the sales policy. When I say sales policy, how are you going to price your products, and what are the kind of sales policy you'll have? Uh, this may not be applicable for an example of cake that I've given him, but if you are a hard kind of goods, like you're selling goods, consumer durables, what's your policy you would want to have? Would you like to give them returns, 1 week returns, exchanges, all of that? If you're a separate consumer durable store selling your own kind of durables, or selling different multi-brand durables, or let's say you're a store selling stainless steel utensils or maybe glass utensils or different kind of you need to have a sales policy. So sales policy is important, not just in terms of pricing, but also in terms of post pricing or post sales. This is just an example. This is just for your knowledge. The first two slides were important. Knowing in the last class video, we had seen about how location is important. Here we looked at the steps in selecting a particular, not steps, the factors that go into selecting an establishment or a location or a or a site, and other factors also involved. This is just an example for shopping center. If you want to look at shopping center, you also have to look at income level, trade area, location. The same thing repeated again, and number of households in that area, demographics of that area in terms of income level, lifestyle, in terms of age, all the other factors which come under demography, religion. You may not want to go and sell. What you say? You may not want to go and sell non-veg items in an area where people do not purchase non-veg.